What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this I want to give you guys a quick update on what's going on with the overall market. I'm going to break down what the catalysts are coming out for the day, what you should be watching for as time progresses for SPY, Tesla, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. But before I begin the doubles information, before I give you guys any insights about what the market is doing, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you guarantee 20 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon in just about 1 week from now. Anyways, for the market, I just want to make it very clear that so far we're in a buy the dip market because every time we saw SPY and the QQQ dip, the market got bought back up again. So starting from right over here since the very, very beginning of June, market pumped. We actually dumped a bit to get bought back up. Happened again and again and again. We, dumped then pumped many, many times. The market is still holding this important range. So for today, I just want to make it very clear that on the 4-hour time frame, SPY has loved to test its 20 EMA, this green line right over here. We actually bounced off of this 2 times, actually almost 3 times already. We came very close to it before. So in my personal opinion, we could get very close to this again in the 533s, only to get another rebound as buyers will continue to defend. Our resistance happens to be around the 536 range, so we're stuck between 536 and 533. If we were to lose that, there could be a dip coming to like 532.5 and then these lower levels, but this will depend on some pieces of data and such. So as a reminder, okay, today is Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. At 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the 42-day bill auction and 52-week bill auction also coming out. So watch to see some volatility at this time. Then 1 p.m. we have the 10-year note auction. But this is all going to be in preparation for what's going to come for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have CPI coming out before the market opens, not to mention FOMC, which Jerome Powell giving a speech at 2:30 p.m. That's going to be huge for the markets, so expect some high volatility. But for today, usually we're going to see a lot of consolidation on days like this, the day before CPI, and then towards the end of the day, if the CPI number is leaked, if Wall Street knows it's going to be good or bad, we might see a big move. So watch and see if we get that. We'll see what the market ends up doing. As of right now, the market looks very optimistic for the CPI report and FOMC, so we'll see how things end up going. Now, right now, the market's quite neutral about all these different events, so we'll see if there are any shifts. Greed is making up momentum thus far, and we're continuing to see a neutral VIX as a lot of buyers are continuing to step in. So with that being said, what do I see for the markets? Well, as of right now, we're continuing to get bought back up again and again and again. Our critical supports at 533 are 20 EMA right over here. That's 533. If we lose this, 532.5 and 531.5 are going to be 2 supports. If we break that, 529 is coming all the way back down here. That's going to be a test of the previous resistance becoming support. Right here, 529 will be on our next test if we lose those supports. Now, our resistance is going to be at 536. As of right now, the trend on SPY is like this. We come down to our 20 EMA, close to the 533s, then we get a big bounce back up to 536. There's a very, very good chance it's going to continue to do so. If we break this, then the new all-time high is coming towards like 538. So we'll have to wait and see. We might dip a bit and try to bounce is the most likely possibility. I'll be watching that just to be safe. Now, for Tesla, I just want to call out that for the past month, Tesla has been stuck between 180 as resistance and 173 as support. Notice how it's going back and forth, back and forth. It's like crazy. So right now, Tesla just touched the 173s during the pre-market. If this is going to continue to follow the trend, we have to see a bounce right here, and Tesla will retest like 176. There's a very, very good chance it's going to come back to our EMAs if that ends up being the case. If we're weak and we end up holding below 173, that's going to be a sign of weakness. But I think close is going to matter a lot. If we close below the 173 range, then yes, we could be dipping all the way down towards 170 and 168 to fill this gap down here. So I'll be watching to see if we end up losing critical support, and that's going to be very, very important for the way Tesla ends up moving. So that's going to be key. We'll have to see if we could hold above 173 and bounce off of it or not. So we'll see how things go from there. But that's going to be key. Watch to see if Tesla bounces here. If we do bounce and hold 173, look for a rebound. If we fail at 173, there's going to be weakness, so give it some time. For the QQQ, this is also turning a bit, just like SPY. It's on a very, very nice uptrend. Every time we dipped here, we got a bounce. We dipped and bounced over and over again. Now, the range on the QQQ happens to be around this resistance in the 465s. We have support currently around the 462 area. So we could see a little dip on the QQQ towards 462, but then every time we get close to this 20 EMA, it gets bought back up. So it could dip a bit and then try to rebound again and just maintain the range. That's the most likely possibility. If we lose the 462, that's going to be a sign of weakness for the QQQ, and we could be dipping towards 460. Our resistance is going to be at 465, so a dip and a bounce is the most likely possibility. For Bitcoin, real quick, Bitcoin has been tanking like a rock after forming a head and shoulders and a double top. So, in my personal opinion, Bitcoin managed to hit the 67,000 area. We're trying to rebound a bit. We could actually retest 67,800, and we'll see if you reject off this or not. But Bitcoin is showing some weakness, guys, and this could be a big sign of a shift in liquidity in the markets. So, we will see how things end up going from here. Bitcoin is showing weakness, and this could be a sign that the market may shift as well. So, we'll have to wait and see for later on. As of right now, the market is not really tanking or anything like that. Only Bitcoin is, so we'll see if anything else changes. On Aapl, we love to bounce off our 20 and 50 EMA. So we bounced off the 20 EMA, we bounced off it again. We hit the 50 EMA and bounced. We came close to it again, and then we ended up dropping below it after the AI event, only to get bought back up. So now it looks to me like Apple's trying to bounce here. We could actually retest 194 as our resistance, this 20 EMA, and then we might start to shuffle up here. That's the one thing about Aapl. We'll have to watch as it gets closer to the imbalances up here. It might push a bit and start to shuffle. Watch and see if we could close above our 50 EMA. If we kind of reject it, then we could start dipping a bit more on Aapl. The whole event was like a buy the rumor, sell the news event. This will have a big effect on the whole markets. For just a few more, for the IWM Russell 2000, it is dipping right now. Watch basically this 200 area. If we fail to hold 200, 198 is coming next, and we'll see if we get a bounce off that or not. But overall, this does have potential to try to rebound. Just watch and see if we can try to hold this previous resistance becoming support. Watch and see if we can get back above 200, if not 198. For AMD, there's a head and shoulders like structure, but we have support currently around this 158 area. If we lose this, we'll be dipping all the way down to much lower levels, all the way down towards 155. But watch 158. If we hold this, we will rebound all the way up towards these higher levels. If we lose 158, we turn more bearish. So watch that test of 158 on AMD. Watch to see if we bounce or not. I'm going to talk about Coinbase now. Coinbase is going to be testing 240. That's actually very close to where our 50 EMA happens to be. If we lose this, we'll be dipping all the way down towards 235. If we hold this, look for a rebound to 246. And we actually have a gap to fill, so we'll see if we get a bounce on Coinbase or not. There is that big gap to fill, so I'm just going to wait and see. But just know that this is still showing some weakness. There's a slight downtrend. So if we do get a bounce, we could bounce and try to end up sinking later on. The trend is still a little bit more bearish for coin. Amazon went all the way up to about our target of 188. And that's exactly the level we called out. Now it came back down a bit, so we're now shuffling between 186 and 188. There might be a dip towards 186, though, the 186 area, because that's previous resistance. We could test this and then bounce, so I'll be watching for that. Meta is shuffling at 500. If we lose this, we'll be dipping down towards 493. If we hold this, we will continue to uptrend. We could be looking for a test of 493 before it tries to bounce. If we lose 500, otherwise we will shuffle around 500. By the way, that's going to be critical for Meta. And the last two will be AMC and GameStop. Because GameStop came down to fill the gap, it's kind of shuffling right now, so we'll see if we can get a bounce or not. To be bullish, you want to see it get back above 29.5. If GameStop breaks that, we're going to be starting looking for another squeeze back up. Otherwise, it's just going to be kind of stuck right now, kind of shuffle for a bit. But watch and see where we base. We're going to be watching for a base right now and a bounce on GameStop and also on AMC. If AMC loses, 4.5 will come down to fill the gap at 4.35. If we hold above that, look for a rebound. To be bullish, you want to break 4.93. If we do so, we could start pushing back up. Otherwise, we're just shuffling for now. All right, guys, so that is it for the video. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you guys have an absolutely spectacular rest of the day. I'll see you guys very soon, the next one, in just a couple of hours. But until then, take care, you guys. Watch your levels very, very carefully, and we'll see what happens with the big test that's coming, at least for the markets, as critical support is about to be tested. All right, so see you soon, guys, and peace out.